A quick case study from forensic training. When a potential crime scene is treated like a living room, doors open, friends walk in and out, while meaning people tidy up, tiny traces vanish. Footprint smear, fingerprints overlap, call logs get deleted by accident. Investigators call it scene contamination, and once it happens, some answers are gone forever. Now, imagine that the very first chapter of a disappearance involving 3 people at once. That is the chilling reality of what Americans now call the Springfield Three: a mother, a daughter, and a best friend who stepped into a house and never stepped back out. It began the weekend of high school graduation, June 6th to 7th, 1992, in Springfield, Missouri. By dawn, 3 lives and a community were changed forever. Suziestreeter and Stacy McCall had just graduated. Parties ran late. Plans changed again and again the way they do on graduation night. Finally, sometime after 2 a.m., the girls decided not to stay at a crowded friend's place and instead headed to Suzie's home, where her mom, Sherrill Levitt, had turned in for the night. The assumption: they arrived safely. How do we know? In the morning, their cars were outside. Purses and keys were inside. The family dog, Cinnamon, was anxious but alive. Nothing obvious was stolen. There was no wrecked room, no bloodbath, just a shattered porch light, globe, and silence. By late morning on June 7th, when the women missed calls and plans, friends and family did what any of us would do. They checked the house. Multiple visitors came and went. They straightened up. Someone even cleaned a spill from a broken light outside. An answering machine message, possibly crucial, was reportedly deleted by mistake. When police arrived, the scene had already been touched by many hands. The difference between a pristine puzzle and an impossible one can be a few smudged pieces. Investigators found things you wouldn't expect if someone voluntarily left town: wallets, cash, IDs, cigarettes, makeup. Appointments for the next day were still on the calendar. Sherrill was a stylist. The week ahead was booked. Stacy had a work shift. Suzie had plans too. None of them showed. The house felt paused, not packed. Graduation parties wind down. The girls swing by one home, then another, before driving to Sherrill's place around 2 a.m. or shortly after. Sometime between that arrival and early morning, something happens. No neighbors report a struggle. No scream carries across the lawns. Just a quiet street, a broken light, and 3 women gone. That time window, likely only a few hours, has defined the entire investigation ever since. Over the years, tips poured in thousands. A call to the America's Most Wanted hotline was cut off mid-transfer. The caller never phoned back. Rumors bloomed. Sightings across states, whispers of a buried car, even the theory that the women might be beneath a hospital parking garage. Ground-penetrating radar later flagged anomalies, but police determined the lead wasn't credible and noted the structure was built more than a year after the disappearance. Digging it up would be costly and unsupported by solid evidence. The trail, again, went cold. The broken porch light might indicate someone didn't want to be seen approaching, or it could be noise, a coincidence blown large in a vacuum of facts. The anxious dog could signal commotion without fatal violence. The erased voicemail could have held a voice or detail to triangulate. Each of these fragments is thin alone, but together they form the negative space of a picture. Whatever happened, it was fast, quiet, and confident. The Springfield Three grips the American imagination because it refuses to resolve. It's the unsolved equation at the heart of every suburban street. How secure is a locked door? Really? It's also a cautionary tale for communities: preserve the scene, document everything, and let professionals process potential evidence before well-meaning help washes it away. The lesson isn't blame, it's readiness. In a crisis, procedure protects families from losing answers they'll need for the rest of their lives. Decades on, law enforcement still accepts credible tips. Memorials in Springfield keep the names alive. Journalists and podcasters revisit the file, hoping new eyes catch an old detail. Families continue the quiet marathon of waiting, hoping, and telling the story often enough that it reaches the one person who knows more than they've said. As of today, Sherrill Levitt, Suziestreeter, and Stacy McCall remain missing. 3 lives, 1 house, no goodbye. If you know something, say something, because silence is the only thing that has won here so far.